today we have Miss Divya. Miss Divya is from Bangalore. She is basically a nursing professional, and she has completed a master's in nursing from Bangalore. Transition from woman who is staying with a joint family and coming and assuming an independent role here. How difficult it was for you?
Emphasize that nothing is easy.
Yeah, that's
Nothing is easy. Everything you need to have a really good resilience to face any kind of stress and things.
So come from staff nurse to clinical specialist now. So what is your plan for next 5 years, if you don't mind to share with us?
Yeah, no, there is nothing to hide here. I have plans to migrate somewhere like in Western countries. So I'm looking for the opportunity, but I really want make me sure that I go to a right position, right kind of job where I can start my career or improve progress on. Okay, so that is one thing. And within 5 years, definitely from here, if I get opportunities here in future, maybe I may stay here, but still my plans to go back to go to other countries
Go to
as
other
well,
countries.
just to have a new environment. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then also maybe for the family life, things like that.
Sounds that you are satisfied here.
Absolutely.
From professional perspective, from financial perspective, it looks like you are satisfied. So why you want to move to some other country?
Yeah, that's a good question. Again, I told you, I'm not going back of only money. Or yeah. We have to think about like maybe I will learn something, because when you look at Qatar, it's a developed country, but when you look at the education things and all, like universities, so if I want to do some PhD or something like that in future, my professional growth, I may have to go back to India, or I have to do distance, but which I don't like to do it at the moment. So maybe when I go there, I may be getting an opportunity to study and things like that. But I never say that I am not satisfied in Qatar. If I move from here, that is something for extra benefits other than here. So there are some benefits, like for kids, like they get a lot of good universities in Western countries. So thinking about that, I have to progress.
Okay. This is very important to note, guys, because people, and she has achieved a lot in last 7-8 years. But this is the quality of achievers. They never satisfy with the less. They always want more in their life, and she is not exception for that.
Absolutely.
So after getting CNS post, she is still looking for further more challenges.
Absolutely.
And good learning opportunities. So this is how we all should be. We should not satisfy what we have. We always look for what we can get more, and in order to develop ourselves. And this is really best example for all of us, I think. And then Divya, coming to the next question, like now you have been here from 8 years. Apart from your professional life, I would like to go to your social life now. How is the social life for females in Qatar?
Social lives, I can say, like of course, when I came back in 8 years, if you go back to 2012 when I came here, of course it's really hard to find a social life, because you don't know people around. But slowly your colleagues will become your friend. That was the first thing which I learned. Back in our country, definitely we have family, we have relatives, things like that. But here, I think our colleagues are a family. Like you are sitting here right now, we will become very good friends, and a lot of people around us. Even not only our Indian people only, there are other countries people. So they all become our friends, and their colleagues become friends, and that is one thing. Second thing, there is a lot of changes from last 8 years. For example, if I am female, now we have female recreation unit where you can go for gymnastic, gym, and activities where you can spend some time. To COVID, of course, it has made some social restrictions and all, but otherwise there was opportunity. You can go to parks, you can go to malls, you have a lot of opportunities to make friendship.
So there is no problem in having a good social life here.
Yes,
is
yeah.
completely it's not that difficult for having to have friends, go and chat, having food outside. Is there restrictions as a female for you?
No, 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 no.
Not at
Never,
all.
never, never.
Because there is chat back home, like it's very difficult that females are like they have to be at home all the
No.
time, they are not allowed to go out. What is that true?
I can tell you. I'm now. I'm driving. I have a car
Yeah.
and I drive everywhere. Sometimes I go to my friend's house. I drive at 2 o'clock, 2 a.m.
Oh.
It's nothing to stop you. Like, this is a really free country. You don't have anything to worry about. As long as you follow the rules and regulation, you follow certain. For example, you may not be able to wear very open clothes, which can be offending, because some of the places you are not supposed to wear.
Yeah.
So that you need to follow, because this is a country which they have certain laws, and we need to follow every country's laws, isn't
yeah,
it?
that's
When you are living there. So I respect that, and we need to follow that. So that's it. Other than that, I think you can go wherever you want. You can walk, you can jog,
Yeah.
you can go to parks, you can go to malls. Anything
Really.
you can.
There are no restrictions at all. Though even if it's a female or male, all are same here.
Exactly.
For social life. So whatever you have heard back home, that completely wrong.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that might be
can.
completely wrong. If you are in impression that females' movements are restricted here, it's not at all the
and,
case.
And even if you are now look at the promotions, things like that.
Yeah.
There is no gender discrimination.
Gender discrimination.
Especially in the hospital, we don't have that, and all are treated equally.
Equally.
Yeah, you have an
And most of the
opportunity.
leadership roles are given on the basis of merit. So whether it's male or female, that doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
The person who qualifies get the post. That
Exactly,
is the
yeah.
very transparent rule here. Miss Devya, like this will be a if you're not comfortable to share the information, you have right to do so. But the audience might be very interested to know, you have done a lot of hard work to get to this job. I'm leaving their permanent job, might be in government or might be in private. They are working for a long time and they have good reputation in that institution, and they would like to, after listening your story, they might be motivated to come to this place.
Yeah.
How much they can expect, and if you compare with what was your last salary and what is your salary now, like what salary in India I mean, and what salary is now, can you
I think
just give brief idea to our audience?
Obviously, it's like when you compare, because Indian salary and Western salary you cannot compare, especially for nurses. I am damn sure, and I'm very honest here. But when you come as a nurse, I think very decent salary you get here, and which is in a Middle East country. I think this is where you can get a really good decent salary,
Good
which is, I can say, because I know my friends, some of them are UK. When you compare with these countries as well, we get almost similar salary, and then plus you'll get they provide you accommodation, support, allowances and things like that. I don't think that is good to bring your family as well.
Yeah.
For example, as a staff nurse, I think you'll get near to 2 lakhs,
2 lakhs
around like
per
that.
month, yeah.
Yeah, but then when you get, like, you'll get 10% increments. When
Yeah.
you go for promotion, you can think about that. Like, you'll get 10% increments. I'm talking about only basic.
Basic,
Then
yeah.
all other things, depending on your if you bring a family, you'll get some allowances, things like that. You will have a different setup. So I'm working in certain hospital, but other hospital might give in different way.
Different
But
salary, yeah. Coming as a staff nurse, a minimum 2 lakh rupees salary you can expect per month, right? So what about the charge nurse and head nurse and CNS?
yeah, that's what I said. Like, maybe you can calculate in a 10% to 20% hike.
higher
Yeah,
than that,
it
okay.
will be there. Like, for every year there was increment. So yeah, but now everywhere recession is there, so you can think about that. But still, yeah, when you compare with the industrial standards, best you will get.
Best salary for the professionals you get it
Exactly,
in
yeah.
Qatar. Yeah. I would like to, again, uncomfortable question for you might be, if you compare, like, if you are getting 2 lakh rupees per month for staff nurse, what we can expect for CN?
That
Double than that. So guys, so
I can say that.
yeah, so 4 lakh rupees you can expect if you have masters, and if you come here on advanced grades,
Yeah.
like educator or clinical
Yeah.
specialist or something like that. So 4 lakh is the basic salary, and then you on top of that you have allowances as well, right?
Yeah.
So what about the other benefits apart from salary?
I think that's what I told you. Family accommodation,
Family
things will be
accommodation
there,
is there.
travel allowances are there. So these are the additional things they
Yeah.
give you.
So travel allowance, she means that a flight ticket for the family.
That also is there,
that
and
too
also
from the
monthly they'll
government.
give you the travel allowance.
Yeah,
as
so
well.
monthly travel allowance is also there, and there is again annual ticket paychecks are there that for you and your family can travel back home, whichever country you belong, once in a year.
Yeah.
And yeah, this is all. These are the financial benefits we get it from if you get a government job in Qatar. If I would like to ask you to look back for 10 years before, and and compare that. Did you make the right decision to come here, or do you feel that okay, instead of coming here, if I stayed back where I was, that might be a good decision, or how you see yourself by looking that decision?
I think first of all, I think I don't know. Coming here was a good decision. I have gained a lot.
Yeah.
I've gained in many ways professional experience, and I have working in a JCI accredited hospital. That is another clinical practice altogether is a different. And I think this made to come to clinical. And now if you ask me, can you go back to a lecturer business? Maybe I will think twice before I go, because I love my job.
Yeah.
Where I can work with my patients. I can draw care plans for them. I can work, I can use some psychosocial interventions with the patient, one-to-one work. It's too much. You will get autonomous decisions to make and things like that. And we are sitting in some of the executive meetings, committees, and things like that. It really make me to step up as a leadership role and a clinical practice, and every dynamics I can say. So definitely it was a good decision, and not only it's coming. Of course, you need to come out.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's not that you have to maybe for a change. You need to come out, look at the people how they work in other countries, and then if you want to go back, you can always go back.
Yeah.
Just try. As a nurses, you need to have that. Because sometimes I am a very honest here. Some of the books, if you take Kaplan and Sadek, when I was still learning psychiatry nursing, some of the things I was thinking, what is this therapy, community approach or milieu therapy? It was seriously, I was thinking back
Is
in
it
then.
not practically shown is what is there in back home? Yeah.
And it was something, when you go to the psychiatry ward, it's not practice.
Not practical. It's not practice at all. Yeah.
We have resources, human resources, where different people come together, but the skills and standards, somewhere it is like not matching to the practice. But we came here, we saw that this is something standard, and which can be taken away to back to home as well.
Yes.
I know some of them come for 5 years and go back, and I think that's a good decision. You can learn and you can practice, you can take from here to back country, you can improvise. And some of the simple thing like working in community, it's a total different package than when you look it in a country, because I'm working in mental health, so obviously community is a more priority. But how much it's happening in a country where we can take this message when you compare with the current when you come out only.
So the important takeaway from answer is that it's very important to get the new experience of stepping out of the country if you really want to see your professional growth. She's not telling that it's not possible to develop back home, but the facilities are available, and you see what is the difference between theory and practice, which narrower if you come in this country, because what we study in books exactly up to some like near to the maximum we are seeing in practice. That is one important difference you may find it here. And you might have seen that like she's in leadership position, she's in a position where she has an wide impact on patients, clinical practice, as well as the strategic planning. So many leadership roles have been in our blood, that to compete and to fight and get what we want. So it's very important for all of us to to understand that it's important to take the first step, and the
Exactly.
things will move on in your direction.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and what you can achieve, what you are dreaming of. So
And I'm sure that many of the some of them, like I know that viewers, some of them are trying for long time. There are
Yeah,
people
there are
like that
people, yeah.
as well. I totally understand your pain, because it's not sometimes like failure, but never stop, never stop. You have a really good intention. Keep going.
keep going. Yeah.
Keep going, and keep practicing, and clinical practice never go vain. So if you keep your experience up to date, up to the speed, and if there is option to learn something new skills, you might do some distance learning, or
Yeah, yeah.
you can always have, that is an additional advantage when you
advantage.
apply for some post here. And never stop. Some of them are not interested, then we are motivating them.
Yes,
This
yes.
is the reason for
This
this
is the reason we are
series.
creating
Some
this
of them
series.
some of them they are trying, and we have to respect that as well, because some of them really not getting an opportunity,
Yes,
and
yes,
they tried for long time
Yeah.
and things like that. So never lose hope, and keep trying.
If somebody want to come here, Divya, as a nurse or as a healthcare professional, what advice you would like to give them in order to prepare themselves, not only academic as per, but professional, I'm asking about. So on self preparation, what they supposed to do, because you have passed many interviews. So you might be having more experience, and you can suggest something to our nurses who can, or healthcare professionals who are really thinking of coming here.
Yeah, one thing I think, CV should be very catchy.
Yeah.
That is the first thing. Very practical, I think. And I've learned sometimes, like 2012, my CV was very simple, which I never have an idea. But when I came here, I understand that a lot of sessions were there also for us to develop CV.
Develop CV.
And then keeping evidences, saying that, like, okay, putting that into CV also very important. And then the presentation, like interviews, cracking interviews, you need practice.
Yeah.
Maybe sometimes mock practices, like you can sit in front of the mirror and throw some questions at you, how answer those questions. And it's not about only knowledge, it's putting into context.
Yeah. That's very
Like
important.
sometimes they ask some very practical based questions, so you to understand your critical thinking skills.
Yes, yes.
Most of the interviews are like that. So what you will do in these circumstances, what is your action in this circumstances. They won't ask you directly what is ECT, but maybe they will ask, there is a patient for ECT session,
Yes,
and what are the things you do if this goes wrong.
Goes wrong,
So
yeah.
something like this. So it's analytical skills you need to improve. Then last, be honest on your self introspection, because sometimes it's always good to ask what I don't know.
Mm.
Usually we don't do that, like I know this, but sometimes there are so many things I don't know.
Yeah.
Recently I came to know that I don't know about some of the Microsoft Office skills.
Mhm.
We are learning, but I have to identify what I don't know.
Yeah.
So that is one thing I would like to tell all the people, because this is evolving. When we are attending certain interview, you will come to know this is what going wrong, and sometimes we fail. Despite of all doing that, we'll fail. That's okay.
Yeah.
Failure is a stepping stone to success. So always keep
Keep moving,
Moving
keep
and
trying.
trying.
Yeah. So the essence of what she has mentioned, that you need to work on your CV. The CV should
Exactly,
be very catchy, and once you and your experience should be very good, and you try to practice. You will get very less amount of time in the interview. So, and the questions will be very analytical and critical thinking based. So you need to have a really good clinical experience, so you can answer that question.
Exactly.
And if you fail, don't give up. So as you mentioned, keep trying and learn and try and then learn. So this is what is a PDS cycle for you, because until and unless you achieve your objective, I think you should not give up.
Exactly.
Right?
And I think that's most important. Do not stop.
Do not stop. Thank you, Divya, for
Thank you. Ashish.
for attending this interview, for willingness to give your interview, and I hope your story will definitely motivate the healthcare professionals who are really thinking of moving abroad. And and there are a lot of takeaways from this story, and I think you will see more stories in future vlogs, because one I wouldn't like to call it vlog, because I am not, this is the totally unscripted interviews. We don't write anything. There is no, we are not creating any hype towards Qatar, or we are not trying to create any illusion. So this is what information what she is sharing is a first hand information, is 100% true information what she has given. So there is no bias, there is no wrong information. Whatever we are telling, whatever we are going to deliver from through this series, it will be completely true information from our side, as we know. So keep watching this series, and if you are not subscribed to the channel, please try to subscribe if you like the content. And if you don't like the content, just let us know what are the things we need to improve in our next interview. So thanks a lot for watching this interview. Today we have Miss Reena Philip with us. She is working as a director of nursing education in one of the